All right, guys, it's Rich at Flippin' for a Living. Thanks for coming back for part 3 of my massive haul for the week of May 12th and 13th. I love that I can call my week, for the most part, 2 days. A 2-day work week. I mean, make it as long as you want. Yeah, I'm producing videos and shipping stuff out over the course of the week, but the mad rush is really 2 days, Friday and Saturday. And it's not even a mad rush. I mean, it's great joy and the thrill of the find that feeds us on those days. So it's not at all like work when you are driving around on a sunny day, listening to tunes, visiting with people, stopping for a burger or a nice oatmeal chocolate chip cookie, seeing smiles on people's faces when you're handing them money, but knowing in the back of your head that you're gonna make hundreds of dollars. Yes, making hundreds of dollars. But hey, I'm gonna talk about that later on. If they have a price and they're willing to take it, you don't have to feel guilt. Although sometimes I do. One time there was a little boy, he had a Nintendo 3DS XL with a handful of games, and he was just giving the thing away. I think it was $40, and then he said another $10 for about 12 games. And his mom said he's trying to save up for the next great thing, a massive Star Wars Lego kit. I'm not sure. It was just too little. And he said $50 for everything. And I said, is 75 okay? And he just kind of rolled his eyes and looked at his mom, wondering what just happened. It's because I couldn't let him give it away for that little amount. I mean, I guess a better man would have said, hey, post that on Kijiji, you'll get $150 or $250 for it. They were thrilled, they felt blessed, I felt great, and on to the next thing. Section 3, video games. So the first sale, I don't know if you saw in the other video, I bought those BMW sneakers, and I was in a rush this morning because there's about 300 sales that I was going to have to go to that day with all the communities that were having sales. That was my estimate. So even after 25 years doing this, you can still make mistakes. If there's something specific that you want, like video games, you know there's always a chance to flip them. How hard is it to say, hey, you have any video game stuff? You know, the older the better. And this guy well said, no, nothing other than the Wii. As I'm walking out the door and I turn around, Wii, and he pulls this out from under one of the tables. And I was in and out. I didn't really notice it. It's the Wii Mini with, I think, about 10 games, a lot of accessories, 2 nunchucks, 2 controllers. And the awesome thing about this, he only wanted $20 for it. So Mario Kart's in there. Right away that pays for the whole thing. But I actually need a couple nunchucks for the school, one of the schools I work at, so the kids can play more of the activity games. So this is a super bonus. I can scoop the nunchucks out of here and still sell what's left, and probably a couple of games, and still sell what's left for $80 to $100, simply because I said, do you have any video games? Do you have any video games? What did that take? Like 1.5 seconds?
Do you have any video games?
I just made $80 in 1.5 seconds by asking those words. So there's one tip for the day. So that was a great find. Next up, not so great, but still a bonus for me. PlayStation 2. It's PlayStation 2, and yeah, they are a dime a dozen. This has 3 controllers, about 15 games. The guy wanted $40 for it. Something else I like to do, I'm like, hey, what's the absolute least you would take for this? Rather than giving him a lowball offer, you kind of get where their head is at. And he just came back with $25. So sure, I'll take it for $25 without even really looking at it, because again, for my benefit, there was an extra controller. I need an extra controller for something else. So I get to keep that. And multi-tap. This is to make your 2-player PlayStation for 4 players. Yeah, I also need that for one of the schools I'm at, the multi-tap. I've been looking for that, so that's another freebie for me. And then, you know, the rest of it, it's kind of really lame stuff. You can get some good games with the PlayStation 2, some $50, $60 first-person anime type games. None of those were in here though. It's all the generic $2 and $3 and $5 and $7 stuff. But they did have a PlayStation 1 croc game in there, and I should get 15 or 20 for that separately. The rest, $60 tops, is what I'm going to get for everything else that's in here. It even has the little PlayStation 2 eye toy. So still double my money, plus I got some freebies that I get to keep. Under here, one of the best deals of the day. Go Riders, it's almost football season. There it is. I think I might have mentioned it. Xbox Crystal, and I couldn't even believe this, you guys. It was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. This was sitting right on the table, just like that, and maybe a lot of people didn't realize what it was. Maybe they just passed over it. Maybe the games were over the X. I don't know. But middle of the day, it's still there. This just goes to show you that just because you're not the first one there doesn't mean you can't find a great deal. So just get that out of your head. I still have it in my head almost every week, and it's like, I gotta be everywhere at once. I need 100 me's, or at least 4 of me. Like, there's an awesome Michael Keaton movie, Multiplicity, from the 80s. It's hilarious. Like, I know people say that about movies that are 20, 30 years old. Oh, you gotta watch this, you gotta watch that, and it's usually crap. But Multiplicity was actually really, really entertaining. I just watched it again about 6 months ago. So yeah, this is sitting there in the box, Crystal Xbox. I don't know if you can see it. $15. $15 with these 3 games, 2 controllers in there, not just one, so I could sell one controller separately. It does not have the styrofoam in it, but even with that said, I'm easily going to get $150 for this right here. This Star Wars game is actually worth $20 to $25. And then a couple generic games, $5 a piece. Maybe I'll throw those ones in with the system just to spice it up a bit. But altogether, this is going to be an easy $180 off of a $15 investment late in the day. So who knows? Maybe they were looking for more stuff to sell and they ran in the basement and pulled this out and threw a sticker on it. That happens also. Not everything is necessarily out for sale right away. If people are doing well, selling a lot of stuff, you know, they might go digging in the house looking for more things. So this kind of deal can happen. So, woo! I'm out of shape. That's the bigger stuff. Now let's sit down and talk about these small little packages of things I got. Okay. Made a few gourmet jelly beans to get my energy level going again. Cinnamon. I think I just got a mixture of cinnamon, blackberry, and turd. But the cinnamon's taken over, so that's good. Not that I know, even with having 2 babies, I still don't know what turd tastes like, but sometimes things taste like a smell. You know, there's always just a bad one in the bunch. You know how sometimes things taste like the smell of something? I hope that makes sense to somebody, at least one person out there. And right at the start, it tasted like the smell of an outhouse. So, anyways, so here's the little bundles. 6 separate purchases. So here's the little bundles. 6 separate purchases. Actually 7. I got one more good one to close with a bang. 6 separate purchases. 6 separate places. This is a little plug it into your TV. I don't know if any of you remember this. Golden Tee. They used to have these like in every bar and lounge about 12, 15 years ago. You got the ball that you spin and guys would just hammer that thing and hit it as hard as you can. For whatever reason, 75 cents on that. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why not $1 or several dollars, but and we should get $15 for that. These 3 Xbox One games are still pretty current. Xbox One is obviously still pretty current. They had $5 each. I got the 3 for $10, and those are all $20 each games, so another $60 there. This stack here was right, like, I think virtually the last sale of the day. They had these priced at $2 a piece. You can see it's just a random assortment, right? PS3, Wii, even a DS game in there. Just a random assortment. $2 a game. They gave me them for $1 a game because they were literally closing up. And these are the leftovers, clearly. It had been picked through and the best were gone. If there was anything super significant, they were gone. But 10 games for $10, I will take that anytime. This Tom and Jerry game, actually, that's going to be about $15. And these two are going to be easy $10 sales. The rest are like $5 games, but still 10, 20, 35, 55. We're going to get around $70 for that stack off of a $10 investment. Obviously, long tail, it's going to sit there for a while, but whatever. One of them I'm sure will sell in the first few days or week, and then the rest doesn't matter how long they sit because they are bought and paid for. Zelda, A Link Between Two Worlds. My wife is always baffled when I do stuff like this. We went up to this sale, and it was in that community sale, one of the community sales, and this game is sitting out for $20. And I said, this is going to sound like an odd question, but did you have this exact game sitting out last year for $20? And the dad was like, yes, we did. And the mom said, well, see, the problem is we have two boys. One of them wants to get rid of the stuff, and one of them wants to make money. So the guy that wanted to make money, I guess if he really wanted to make money, he should have just threw this up on Kijiji or eBay. They had it for $20. It's kind of funny. As I alluded to my wife, she says, I don't remember my childhood, but I can remember that this video game was priced for $20 at a garage sale a year ago. So anyways, we got them down to $12. I got that posted on eBay for $35. So $20 or $25 profit on that. These two guys here, it's kind of weird. It was just on top of a bunch of movies, DVDs, even some VHSs. It's unfortunate this was all they had, these two games, and they were just sitting out there. Star Fox 64, which is about a $25 game, and Jaws, you know, $12, $15 if we're lucky. Well, 10 for sure, 15 if we get fortunate. These two games, I just saw them right away, picked them up. How much for these? Oh, I don't know, $1 each. I said, okay, I'll take them. So that was their price, $1 each. I start walking around looking at other stuff, and I can hear these two fairly young girls start talking, like in their mid-20s or something like that. And they're talking about, you know, I could hear her kind of whispering, oh yeah, people go around to sales and they pick stuff up and they resell it. And I heard her say maybe you should just get them back and stuff like that. So, you know, if they were going to ask for them back, fine, whatever, take them back. But they didn't end up asking for them back. I gave them their $2. I left about 90 seconds later. And it's $40 that they gave me for a toonie. I handed them a toonie, and they handed me $40. So that's a good trade. I'll take that all day long. But the point I want to make is don't feel bad. If someone has a price and that's what they're willing to accept, you didn't, you know, offer them $2 on something they had priced for $10. It was priced for $2. Then don't feel guilty about it. This stack here, PS2, it's another one on the rainy day, or sorry, PS3, 6 games. They had them priced for $3 a piece. I said what I say a lot. Just what would you take for the whole stack? What's the least you'd be willing to take? She goes inside, asks her husband. They accept $10. There's nothing fantastic here. These are all $5 games. So there's 5 of them. So that's, you know, $25. I could maybe price them for 10 a piece and wait. We'll see. Or I might just sell them locally and just get my $25. But this one actually, Dark Souls 2 limited edition. It's a nice tin inside. That's selling for $25 to $35. So we're going to get about $55 for that $10 purchase, $45 profit. So that is it for those okay deals. Yes, some great profits altogether. But at the end of the day, oh, sorry, I just had this sitting here because I had a question for you guys before I get to the best thing of the weekend. What's up with this? So you go to a sale And the person has a 5-pack of Colgate Total Whitening toothpaste. I mean, this stuff has got to be $3 a pack. It was probably like $12.99 or something for a 5-pack. And they have it for $4. Why do you sell that for $4? We got a lot of things actually this weekend. We got brand new detergent, bars of soap, all sorts of things that are completely sealed, brand new. Why do you get rid of stuff that you use on a daily and weekly basis like this for like pennies on the dollar? Like, they clearly only got like a quarter or 33% of what this was worth. Anyways, I don't get it. I don't get that one. $4? Like, are you afraid that it's going to go bad if you keep this for the next 18 months because that's how long it'll take you to use it all? Whatever. Their loss, my gain. I mean, I'll take it, and I don't have to buy toothpaste until, like January 2019. So, awesome. So, last great deal of the day. I'm going to show you some vintage G.I. Joes stuff from the 80s later on. But this bag was sitting there. It was a fairly busy garage sale. I'm a little bit surprised it was sitting there. Maybe because you can't really see what's happening. It's kind of just a bag of random cords. People don't really look that close. But I picked up right away the word Game Boy in there. And I don't know what this is worth, but I got all this for $10. You got the Game Boy Game Link. I'm sure that's a $10 or $15 accessory. Snap and Power, it gives you extra battery power that you can put on your Game Boy. I'm sure that's also a $10 or $15 item with the box. Car charger, and then 2 of these Game Boy Pocket Extreme Green version. It must have been twins or something, or 2 kids, and they had to get 2. This is at a grandma and grandpa's house. They were getting rid of this stuff. Again, $10 for all this. 2 of these, they both power up. The Extreme Green, I think is what they're called. I looked them up. I mean, I was going to buy them for $10. It didn't matter if they're Extreme Green or not for 2 of these and some other accessories. But it turns out these guys are selling like $80, $100, as high as $125. I don't know what the deal is. I guess they're rare, except when you buy them in pairs of 2. And then just to add another bonus, Mega Man 2. I thought it might be like a $50 or $100 game, but it's only like $20, $25, but still, that's a bonus. So we've got for sure what's going to end up being, at the very minimum, I put down $150 for all this stuff, but it could very easily go for as high as $250. But I like to lowball my own estimates, so I don't, budget or expect a lot more and come up with less. Everything above my low expectation is a bonus. So that is my video game haul for the week of 12th and 13th. We're going to add this into the total, and at the end of the next episode, we should have a grand total for this 2-day weekend. And again, I think we're going to be pushing $2,000. I haven't got into the 4th part yet, but it's probably going to be $2,000 in profit for this 1 week. Because, sorry, I skipped out there. Right here, everything I just showed you, $119.75. I got it priced for a bare minimum of $675, as high as $810. That's $555 to $690 profit. 500% markup again. Another reason I love yard selling so much. You don't get these deals very often when you are buying and reselling new items in clearance centers or even at thrift stores. Very rarely will you find these kinds of things. You might get 5 times your money and 10 times your money on books and some clothing once in a while, but it happens all the time at yard sales. It's the best place to source. I love it. So thanks for watching this episode, guys. My video game haul for the week of May 12th and 13th. If you like what you saw, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let your friends know that you can also be flipping for a living, because anybody can do it. You don't need to be a brain scientist or a rocket surgeon. Love what you do, everybody. Have a great day. Episode 4. up here. See it, episode 4?